the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Okay, Stephen and we coconuts, eh?
Okay, no problem. Coconuts we are.
Enjoy, man.
All clear on pit exit.
Yeah, you too, Uncle.
Disengage limiter.
Sure, it's a little bit less stressful than GT3.
Fastest lap for Southall, 1:45.6.
I like how in game the stands fill up as you go from prac to quali to race.
Yes, did you also notice that?
Yeah, it's cool.
Fastest lap for Fuchs, 1:45.1. Sector 1 is 0.3 off the pace.
Right
On your
side.
right. Hold
Keep
your
to the
line.
left.
Clear right.
Clear.
Folks are not watching the radars.
6th place. That's
Yeah.
a new fastest lap for Fuchs. 145.0. The guy ahead's last lap time is a
Beautiful red Ferrari,
146.4.
buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, bullshit, it's fine.
On your right. Clear right.
Clear.
On your
side.
left. Clear left.
Clear.
This lap won't count. You've cut the track. New fastest lap for Bailey. 144.9.
Car 112. Just set the fastest lap. 44.886.
You've used half your fuel. Track limits. This lap will be deleted. The car ahead has just done a 147.3.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Watch your speed.
That was your fastest lap of the session. Pit box in 10.
That's the end of the session. P8.
Okay, Stephen, well, good luck, eh?
Yes, you too, Uncle. Bring the car home.
Let's do this.
Pit exit's clear. Don't cross the white line. We have
4 laps.
4 laps to get the job done.
I'm not gonna do the compulsory spin on the outlap this time around.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 41 Celsius.
That's even there.
Cool tires.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left. Green flag, green flag.
fastest lap for Fuchs, 144.7. P6.
Jeez.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
Fastest lap for Alvarez, 144.3. P8, good lap. That's your quickest today. You're currently 4.4 seconds off the pace.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Look out for the pit speed limit. That's a new fastest lap for Alvarez, 143.9.
Pit boxing, 10, checkered flag, checkered flag. 5.
That's the end of the session, P9.
How did it go, Stephen?
Oh, my last lap was like the only valid lap, but not that great.
Past GT3 traffic through places like farm, village, club. That's going to be very, very exciting. And then, of course, can't go any further without saying high-speed LMDHs and GT3s through Abbey. Ain't nothing better than that, in my opinion.
Indeed, yeah, it's going to be a tantalising prospect. 60-minute race for the drivers tonight. They will all be making a trip into the pits. They'll all be starting on 68% of fuel. And we do have the running order, which for some reason won't move. There we go. And it is Albi Alvarez who's taken pole position. He's gotten himself half a tenth ahead of Luke Southall. Gopelt on the front of row number 2 with Matthew Bailey. Fuchs and Bunyan on row number 3. Vandenberg and Cabarello in 7th and 8th. Then it's Flip Van Zyl in 9th place. A couple of LMDHs not qualifying. Then it is the GT3s. Unsurprisingly, Luciano Whitford in first. Unsurprisingly, given the championship standings, Leon Seeley in second. The Ferrari, Jonathan Reed fighting back after two difficult tracks for the Ferrari. Third place in qualifying for this one. Ramon Serra in fourth place. Cheverton in fifth. Then it's Stephen Smith in...
Get ready, going green.
Okay, mate, get ready.
Green
Go,
flag,
go, go.
green flag.
GTP.
Go right.
Crevan is leading the race. Good start, mate. leader has just done a 145.3. The lap time was at 147.7.
Nice to see this four-way battle at the top, though. Really exciting, and four cars technically in it, with Fuchs momentarily holding that fastest lap. I think that is Fuchs, isn't it? Yes, Fuchs did hold the fastest lap. That'll put him right on the back of Goffeld, and then Southwell and Alvarez will be under a little bit of pressure. Maybe on board we go.
Indeed we do, yeah. I think it just got the volume working a bit too well there. Apologies to anyone's ears that just got blasted out. I will fix that in a moment. We're going from one extreme to the other. But we are on board for the bar. You can see just how tight it is, and you can see just how much acceleration and G-forces are on these cars as they pull out these corners through Maggots and Beckett's onto the short straight. As George was saying, through Abbey the slipstream is going to be strong, but into Chapel, into here, Vector, look at the way the slipstream just throws him out to the left hand side, and Alvarez manages to get that little bit of breakaway. Southall using all the track that he can. Again, Alvarez putting two wheels just on that gravel there. Much neater lines through there by Southall, but is it going to be enough to get past Alvarez along the Hamilton straight on those curves again? Great view from inside the cockpit through Abbey. A little bit of lift, a little bit more lift for Southall than it was for Alvarez. Is Gopet going to manage to close the distance through there as well? No, he is not. He is still just hanging off the back of these two. Definitely doesn't want to get involved too closely, because the two up ahead definitely are getting nice and close to one another, and they're keeping it that way. Oh yeah, out the farm complex, village complex, sorry. 3 tenths between the two.
Our refueling window will open after 22 minutes and should close at about 42 minutes.
All right.
You got a tight car on the left.
Clear right.
Clear on the right.
Don't panic. Eighth place. The gap in front is increasing. It's now 2.0 seconds. lap time was 148.1. The gap in front has increased, it's now about 3.2.
The leader just did a 46.694.
Gap to Bandon Black behind is now 3.5 seconds. Slower class car ahead, Southall is now in the lead.
Inside.
Car on your left.
Clear left.
Clear on the left.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. The speed difference in this track is hectic between the cars.
Car
Car on your
left.
left.
Clear left.
Clear.
You're coming up on a slower class car.
Car 438 is now leading.
Left side. Clear left.
Clear.
P8. The gap in front is now 7.0.
Car
On your left. Clear left.
Clear on the left.
You're coming up on a slower car.
Car
Left
on your
side.
left.
Clear left.
Clear.
Come on man, defend harder.
Left
Car Car left, clear
You're on the
left.
left.
Time to get defensive, mate. P9. Slower car ahead. He's the class leader for these guys. Car in front of us is Rosser.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.6 seconds. Car
On your left, clear left.
Clear on the left. There's an incident ahead. Go left.
Yellow flag. We've just had a warning for cutting the track.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course.
You'll need to slow down to give back the time gained.
That was unfair.
What happened?
Had to avoid an accident and they'd got a track cut 2-second penalty.
Oh, gee.
Left side, clear left.
Clear.
On the freaking straight nogal.
Jeez.
So then you need to slag down.
The gap to Bandon Black ahead is increasing. It's now 3.7.
Disappears. So if you don't get the angle, if you don't have an overlap already into the corner, it's really just not on. That is going to cost Alvarez some time to Southall. So this is releasing Southall. Not a good thing for either of those two, especially if Southall's got the pace on them, which he does seem to have. So now this battle becomes first place, second and third, and then fourth. Goppelt, I think, John, was getting pushed along just a little bit by Fuchs. You know, when you have that faster driver behind you, you sometimes eke out a couple of extra tenths here and there. On board now with Luke Southall, and you'll see that he's still got a little bit of struggles on his tyres, but that's just standard things here at Silverstone, especially out of Brooklands. That there is very little grip to be had around there, especially when you need to get back on the throttle as soon as possible. But I think that's probably what's happened to Goppelt here. He was being pushed along by Fuchs. Fuchs did have the fastest lap for a period of time. Now he doesn't have that pressure from behind, and he's starting to just lose that little bit of confidence that he had before, that little bit of extra pace that he was finding. With Alvarez and Fuchs fighting, they're just costing themselves the race here, and Alvarez, that big send there, I'm sure. Sorry, Fuchs with that big send there. Alvarez, I'm sure now, is more focused on his rear view mirror then it is Southall in front. So that gap now 1.9 seconds. That means you're out of the slipstream.
It most certainly does, and as the battle goes on there, I need to say a quick hello to everyone in the chat as well. I have meant to do so a few times. SF Sim Racing is enjoying George's accent. It sounds like it's going to be a cosy Sunday night. Rob G. Barker is in the chat. Oof, now there's some tone in the commentary box tonight. Indeed there is. And everyone's favourite Australian from Chad Rice's stream, because it's definitely not Chad himself. Skid Rat, how we doing? I love this guy. He's the only person that's got permission to run Chad off the track. So I encourage that all the time, but don't do that. Don't follow Skid Rat and Chad's lead for driving etiquette. No. It's a special bromance that those two have. But Skinny, welcome in, mate. Welcome in. Absolute crack of dawn for your good self. Much like George Cook, the actual commentator with the voice, joining me in the commentary box this evening. For him it's this morning. He's in New Zealand, so he's almost as bad as you guys. He just has a far more fun way of pronouncing the number 6.
That's right. In some ways, it's lucky that lucky, but in some ways unlucky. 2 hour difference here between my time zone and the Australian time zone. So it would be 2 hours earlier, in fact, in the morning if I was Australian. But no, luckily I'm from New Zealand, so it's the one thing going my way, other than the plus 13 GMT time zone, which is always a good bit of fun. But hey, that does help out in a few other ways. Welcome into everyone in chat. Lovely to have you all in here. Glad you could join us tonight. I hope you're all enjoying the battles and the action out on track. Fascinating stuff here at Silverstone today so far. Loving to see, John, these GT3s getting passed by the LMDHs. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some sort of there's something wrong with me, but it's quite satisfying.
It is indeed, yeah. When you've spent a life watching the GT3s absolutely dominate everything else out on track, it's good to see that they do have more than their equals out there. It was even more interesting last season when we had the other LMs as well, the prototypes. So the LMPs, the LMDs, so what the LMPs as well.
Just done a 147.5. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Gap to Bandon Black ahead is now 2.9 seconds. Pit window open. That was a 148.0. a slower class car.
Left side. Clear left.
Clear on the left.
Thanks, buddy.
Sector 3 is 1.4 seconds off the pace. The gap to Bandon Black ahead is increasing. It's now 3.3 seconds. Slower class car ahead.
Car
Right side. Clear right.
Clear. The car
Trevor
behind
is pitting now. The gap to Bandon Black ahead is now 3.5 seconds. Just cut the track. Slower class car ahead.
Car
On your left. Clear left.
Clear on the left. Coming up on a slower car.
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Car right. Clear right.
Clear on the right.
Distance. New fastest lap for Alvarez, 144.2. The gap to Bandon Black in front is now 3.5.
Sequence as well, but you gotta get it right. So to your point there, very easy to get it wrong. Let's have a little look. Down the ramp we go. This is the standard F1 exit here. Absolutely love watching this. It brings you out, I believe, just past Abbey, I believe. I can double check that, of course, but I'm more familiar with the GT3 sort of situation here. So through goes onto the pit lane, Patrick Vanderberg. We do, John, have two LMDHs that have retired from the race, very sadly. James Smagaskal and Toby Prosser, both of them appearing to have retired their cars in this race already, as we've just gone past the halfway mark at 34 minutes now elapsed in this race, so it's about 26 or so minutes to go in this race today. So a shame to see a couple of the LMDHs not making it out there, but this man right here, Luke Southall, he is just performing like he'd want to. Let's put it that way. He's happy with this, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolute champion's drive. He brought home second in race number 1, as I say, after that 1 in a billion contact with the GT3 race leader. I mean, yeah, Luciano Whitvet, you know it was an accident. Literally a quarter of a millimetre on the grass. Took them both out. Southall did get back to the podium and gave Gopelt the win. Southall fought back. Week 2 got the win, and he's certainly looking good for another race win here as the halfway mark is reached and breached. He's got that 2-second gap. Christoph Fuchs finding some pace on him though. Matt Bunyan comes in to the pit, so we'll see where he comes back out compared to Bailey, who was just in front of him when Bailey comes when he came into the pits. My apologies, got myself confused looking further down the field, but there is Bunyan in on for a 1:44.5, so a decent lap he was on as well on his in lap. Bailey down in 9th place, so we'll see where Bunyan comes back out. We'll see as well, of course, when Southall comes in to the pits, a podium protagonist for sure. Albie Alvarez. There we go, those positions changed. Thank you, cameraman, throwing me under the bus there. There is Alvarez. He's been into the pits, back out in 5th position. So Carballedo having a good race so far. He's effectively keeping himself in the mix for potentially a top 4. Although that is a big gap that he's got to overcome to Gopelt. So yeah, maybe 5th place is what he's going to be aiming for. Still not a bad position to be bringing the car home in this field. Stephen Smith into the pits. Where is he? There he is. Bringing in the Ferrari. And yeah, with races like this, you've got your mandatory pit stop, George. Even if you've got 60-70% fuel, you can't go wrong with the old 50-50 as Luke said.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, the race leaders have just done it, so I guess that makes it, yeah, that's another correct prediction for the comedy box tonight, George. We are on fire.
3 for 3, yeah. it's a Christmas miracle happening right here. A comment here on Stephen Smith, though. He came into the pits, he did not have a rear end to his car, the whole rear bumper and wing gone, and the diffuser as well, just for good measure. So I think he had some sort of incident, and maybe forced his hand in terms of this pit stop, unless there's some sort of rendering error, but there definitely was not a rear wing.
You've just done a 1:47.5. That's your best lap in this session. estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel. The car in front is pitting. Car 73 has taken the lead.
V6. Very little fuel left in this lap. Box this lap. Southall is now leading. You're approaching a group of slower cars. The gap in front has increased to 13 seconds. We're running on fumes, mate. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Box this lap.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. The car
What's your speed limit in the pits? Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour.
45.103. Car 438 is now leading. Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. Go, go, go!
All clear on pit exit, you can push now. You're coming up on a slower class car.
Oh, this cockpit is going wrong.
The car in P2 just set the fastest lap. 44.603.
20 minutes to go, 20 minutes. Stay on it. This isn't over yet.
How did I lose so much time in the pits?
Yeah, after the rear end. That was not the same.
P9.
Then so he's going off to re-chase. He's got 19 minutes left to catch back up to Bailey to take a position. There is Craven just getting himself out of the way. That's a lot of damage that he's carrying. He'll be quick to get himself back to the pits. Oh, the car, yeah, that car looking all kinds of unstable. Not even a lot of visible damage on it, George. I mean, we talk about the GT3s being delicate machines and having a bit of delicate bodywork. I often joke about them being held together with super glue hopes and dreams, and none of that survives contact with concrete. And yeah, these GTPs, you can multiply that by 10. These things do not like to lose any aerodynamics off the front or the side of the car.
No, they completely rely on it. No, especially if you get rear damage. If you put that thing backwards into a wall, you're going to be losing everything. The design on these LMDH cars is so oriented around the aerodynamics. You know, with a GT3 car, it's very important as well. But you can get away without it. I mean, a lot of setups and a lot of tracks sort of actually going for a much lower, significantly lower than you would ever run on an LMDH car setup for the GT3, the IMSA 23 class. But the LMDHs, I mean, you know, they're like Formula 1 cars in a way. You know, without that aero, just a little bit of damage here or there can completely throw off the balance of the car.
Yeah, it definitely can. Things that can throw off Scottish commentators very easily. Australians, love you, Skid, but thank you very much. He says, thanks for the welcome before, Raven. I was just listening to the stream in the kitchen. No idea what's going on, but it sounds professional.
Did we do a prediction that we'd have a professional stream? If that's the case, or 4 out of 4.
Yeah, we're killing it in the comedy box, much like Luciano Whitvet is out on track. That's him in to take his mandatory pit stop to take on the fuel required to make it to the end of the race. Where is the pit lane camera? There it is there. They really do make this easy, don't they? Said no one ever. Leon Seeley in second place, he's coming into the pits as well, and Stephen Smith, he finds himself in there. There is Seeley. Pulling into the pits as well. First and second in the championship, first and second in the race. Again, Seeley, and I'll tell you what, I would bet folding money that Luciano Whitvet took part in the 12-hour race of Bathurst this weekend as well. He is an absolute machine of a driver, to say the least. Luciano Whitvet dominates on multiple. You should see him on Race Room. I've only ever known he was on Race Room for the past couple of years, and I find out that he does race room as a hobby. He prefers iRacing. And he's in all the televised splits and just yeah.
It's a casual hobby, you know. Like everyone else has got Fortnite, Minecraft, whatever else, you know, Call of Duty, whatever it is. It's like, no, I'm just going to play, you know, another hardcore racing sim. It's just the casual one.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch some televised splits on race room just to brighten up a weekend. Yeah, no bother. Nice one.
I have to say though, that, you know, the start of the middle of February is such a fantastic time for those that do love racing at Bathurst. You've got the Australian New Zealand leagues often run 12 hours of Bathurst the week before Bathurst runs in real life. Actually, this weekend we had the Bathurst 500 as well. So the Bathurst 12-hour the weekend before, and now iRacing catches up and does theirs the week after. So you've actually got 3 weeks of racing at Bathurst. For those who are obsessed with that track, I am among those. Absolutely. It is a brilliant part of the year, and you just get to watch these amazing cars do what they do around that circuit. And for anyone who did catch 12 Hours of Bathurst broadcast, what a race we had. We had an absolute banger of a race. It was brilliant to watch, and the car's just so violent, so noisy. It's what we love. It's what we love. It's why I tuned in. Absolutely brilliant stuff. But you know, there is something about multi-class racing as well. Did have a little bit of that throughout the field. Of course, GT3s and GT4s out on track for 12 Hours Bathurst. But here with the big speed difference, much bigger speed difference than GT3 and GT4, LMDH just something very, very special. So yeah, looking forward to when the WEC season kicks off as well.
The next car is Bandon Black.
You got a slow car on the right.
To Bandon Black in front is now 11 seconds. Place.
You'll need to take care of your tyres.
Got the dreaded message.
Eh?
I got the dreaded message. You need to take care of your tires. I think this game Meatball gives you the Meatball flag if you run it too low.
Yeah. Oh.
Gap to Bandon Black ahead is now 12 seconds. Keep it nice and tidy. 10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes.
We are where we expected to be.
Slow car ahead. This guy's their class leader. The gap to Bailey behind is now 13 seconds.
On your left. Clear left.
Clear.
P7. The track temperature is falling. It's now 38 Celsius.
Is that another incident? Also connected a Ferrari.
We now have to.
Yep.
The gap
Which is literally the guy was in third
ahead
place
is
and got
increasing.
taken out.
It's now 16 seconds. Run out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
The leader just did a 45.311.
Yes, feels like I'm riding on the tubes.
Slower class car ahead. to Bandon Black.
Left
Car
side.
left. Clear left.
Clear.
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
That's good news. 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes fuel left. Yep. If I touch the brakes, the tires just light up.
Really.
We've got about 5 laps of fuel.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Keep it within the track limits.
The leader is coming up and
Flag.
they're not outside.
Slower class car ahead. Blue flag.
Left side.
Stay on the
Car
right.
left. Clear left.
Clear. Right,
Right side. Clear right.
Clear on the right. Car
Left
on your
side. Clear
White
left.
flag. Stay smooth.
Last
Clear on the
lap.
left.
Coming up on a slower car.
Right
On your
side.
right. Clear right.
Clear on the right.
5 minutes of fuel left. There we go, it's over. Bring it back round.
Good job. Very good job.
The second to last corner, he made a mistake, and that was it. We do have it on replay. Yeah, deep we go, over the curb, just clips it, just that little bit. It wasn't going to be on anyway for an overtake at the end, since that is definitely the finish line that they just crossed. Luke Thoussell flashing the lights across the line and takes P1. He'll be the first person in the LMDH class to take those 2 wins, and what a good job he's done. Wetvet comes across the line and will take a dominating performance here at Silverstone. What a drive from this man right here.
Yeah, absolutely incredible drives all round. Simon is going to be absolutely rolling in the chat. I am as famous for my Arnie impression as I am for missing the winners across the start-finish line. Absolutely love it.
I get really confused when I watch the Formula 1 as well. I'm going, that's not the finish line. Why have they stopped the race?
Yeah, that one caught me a bit there, but yeah, there's confirmation. We'll get it up on screen in a moment, the full results. We've still got a couple of cars out on track, so we will get the full results popped up. Position, Bunyan in 5th with a good finish there, Vandenberg and Van Zyl 6th and 7th, Caballero in 8th, Bailey finishing in 9th, a couple of laps down on the same lap as Archie Craven, Smagaskill and Prozer